Lesson 2. How does AI work? Explained for beginners. Have you ever wondered how an AI chatbot can answer your question in just a few seconds? How can AI recognize an image, recommend a video, write an email, or create an entire article? It may look like magic, but it isn't. In this lesson, we'll explain how AI works in simple language. At a basic level, many modern AI systems learn patterns from data and use those patterns to process new information and produce an output. A simple way to remember the process is data, training, patterns, input, output. Let's look at each step. First, AI needs data to learn from. Depending on the system, that data can include text, images, audio, video, numbers, or other examples. Imagine teaching a computer to recognize cats. You could provide it with many examples of cat images. By examining those examples, the system can learn patterns associated with what it is being trained. The process of teaching an AI model from data is called training. During training, the system makes predictions and adjusts its internal parameters according to its training objective. This process happens repeatedly. Over time, the model becomes better at the task it was trained to perform. Think of it as learning from many examples and gradually improving.
The next important idea is patterns. AI systems learn statistical relationships within their training data. A language model can learn relationships involving words, sentences, context, and topics. An image-related AI system can learn relationships between visual features. A recommendation system can learn patterns involving users, products, content, and previous activity. Once an AI model has been trained, we can give it new information. This is called input. For example, you might ask an AI chatbot, "Explain artificial intelligence to a beginner." Your question is the input. The AI processes that input using patterns represented in its trained model. The result produced by the AI system is called the output. The output could be a written answer, a prediction, a recommendation, an image, a summary, or another type of generated content. For generative AI, the system can generate new content based on the input and patterns learned during training. So, what happens when you talk to an AI chatbot? Modern AI chatbots can use large language models, often called LLMs. These models are trained on large amounts of data and learn statistical relationships in language. When you provide a prompt, the model uses the input and its learned patterns to generate a response. That's why it can produce a new response rather than simply displaying one pre-written answer.
But does AI actually think like a human? Not in the ordinary human sense. AI can perform tasks that appear intelligent, but that doesn't mean it has human experiences or emotions. An AI can explain sadness without feeling sad. It can discuss food without tasting it. AI processes information computationally, according to how the system was designed and trained. There's another important thing every AI beginner should understand. AI can make mistakes. It can misunderstand your question, produce inaccurate information, or generate an answer that sounds convincing, but is actually false. Generative AI can sometimes produce these plausible but incorrect outputs, often called hallucinations. So don't assume that an AI answer is automatically correct. For important information, always verify the answer using reliable sources. Let's quickly review the 5 steps. 1. Data. AI learns from examples. 2. Training. The model learns from those examples. 3. Patterns. The model represents useful relationships. 4. Input. We provide new information or instructions. 5. Output. The AI produces a result. Remember, data, training, patterns, input, output. AI isn't magic. At a basic level, modern AI systems learn patterns from data and use those patterns to process new inputs and produce useful outputs. Understanding this basic process will help you use AI more effectively and understand its limitations. If you're learning AI from the beginning, you're in the right place. This is AI Success Academy. Learn, practice, create, grow.